It's not that simple, and it's not a poll from Survation, who I work for. It's a different polling company, but just in the sort of broader sense, I think it's really important, as you pointed out, that it is just one poll. It has come on the back of a very heavily trailed and high-profile announcement, which basically means people will pay more in tax. I think that because the government trailed it as about social care rather than the NHS, largely when in fact the bulk of the money goes to the NHS, I think means the government has lost a bit of its own initiative on this story. But in terms of how significant it is, I think it's important to point out that, as you said, the Conservatives have been consistently ahead in the polls for over a year, roughly average 8 to 10 points or so. And there have been 3 or 4 occasions in the last year where Labour has very significantly narrowed the gap to 1 or 2 points.
What are they?
And this is significant, these have all come when the Conservatives have done something which the public perceive as very bad.
Right.
So on 3 of those occasions, it's when a senior government figure or senior Conservative figure has been seen to be acting very hypocritically in terms of COVID restrictions. So during the heat of the Dominic Cummings affair, Labour very narrowly narrowed the gap. Similarly with Matt Hancock a few weeks ago, Labour very narrowly narrowed the gap. And we're seeing that again here today in this single poll. Now, I think what is worth noting with all of these occasions is it's been very temporary. So there's been a lot of heat and a lot of light and a lot of excitement about one poll, which then a week or so later moves back to the Conservatives having an 8 or 9 point lead. And I think what we're seeing here with this one is Labour has really not changed. The difference with this poll is the Conservatives have dropped points. And it seems they've dropped points to the Reform Party, which is surprising a lot of people. Because
yes. What's caused that? So the Reform Party is Richard Tice's, I think most people would say, party of the right.
OK.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it might be that there is a residual Reform UKIP Brexit Party vote out there, which has drifted back towards Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
But when the Conservatives are seen as doing something really bad, which challenges their sort of notion of what being a Conservative is about, people go back in quite small numbers here, but it's, it could be significant, back to that sort of Reform Party, Brexit Party thing. But I would be surprised if this was sustained, but we'll see in the next few polls.